Welcome to Recap King Movie Explained. Peter Parker's secret identity as Spider-Man has been made public by J. Jonah Jameson of the Daily Bugle, who has also accused him of being the person behind Mysterio's demise and a mass casualty incident that occurred in London. He and Michelle Jones are forced to flee from the media and the police as a large number of bystanders in the area start to round them. They find May Parker and Happy Hogan hiding in Parker's apartment, where they learned that they had split up. Soon after, they are taken into jail for questioning by the U.S. Department of Damage Control along with Ned Leeds. Matt Murdock, who Parker retains as his attorney, is successful in having Parker's criminal charges dismissed. However, the intense debate causes Parker, Jones, and Leeds to be turned down from every college they apply to, including MIT. When they return to Midtown High for their final year, in order to get his friends accepted to MIT, Parker travels to the New York Sanctum and asks Dr. Strange to once more keep Spider Identity Man's a secret. Strange tries to use the runes of Kafkol to cast the spell despite Wong's warnings against it. Parker, however, constantly modifies the spell in order to spare specific people close to him from its effects. The spell then becomes unstable, necessitating Strange's containment of it. Strange yells at Parker to leave the sanctum because she didn't get permission from the college president to meet with him. Parker is directed to an administrator who is going to the Alexander Hamilton Bridge in an effort to appeal his, Jones, and Leeds applications after contacting Flash Thompson, who was accepted to MIT. Suddenly, Dr. Octopus, who appears to know Parker personally, ambushes Parker. He is grabbed by Dr. Octopus, who then removes a piece of the Iron Spider armor from him and applies its nanoparticles to his tentacles. Dr. Octopus tries again, but Spider-Man displays his face, which is unknown to him. After saving the MIT administrator from going off the bridge with the nanites from his suit, Spider-Man takes control of Dr. Octopus' tentacles and convinces him to assist get him and his companions admittance. Arriving and attempting to harm Spider-Man, the Green Goblin is taken inside the sanctum by Dr. Octopus and Lizard, who have been imprisoned by Strange. He explains to Parker that because they are aware of Spider Identity Man's Dr. Octopus, Lizard, and Green Goblin were drawn into this reality from alternate realities in the multiverse and are not native to it. Strange confines this magic in the mystical containment device known as the Machina Davis. Parker is given a suit enhancement based on magic in exchange for his assistance in locating and apprehending these visitors. Jones and Leeds are able to help Spider-Man find Electro outside of the city. He attacks Spider-Man after being startled and succeeds, but Sandman steps in to protect the hero. Together, the two cut the power wires, completely healing Electro's body. Sandman thinks Spider-Man killed him when he is taken to the sanctum, but he is also taken prisoner before he can take revenge. In another instance, Norman Osborn makes an effort to shed his Green Goblin identity by destroying his mask and running to an FASD facility in search of safety. Osborn is found by Spider-Man, who also transports him to the sanctum with the help of May. As soon as they die, Osborn, Dr. Octopus, and Electro realize it. Spider-Man is informed by Strange that these three will perish in battle with their own Spider-Men. For the benefit of the larger multiverse, he plans to use the Machina to undo the enchantment and send them back to their fates. Spider-Man snatches the Machina before Strange can use it and runs away because he is convinced that they can be saved from death and their adversarial natures. In addition to trying to convince him of the multiversal stakes depending on the guests being sent back, Strange pursues Spider-Man, takes his powers back, and sends him into the mirror dimension to collect the Machina. Spider-Man returns to the earthly plane after entangling Strange in a web matrix and stealing his sling ring. Unfazed, he hands Leeds the ring. Spider-Man transports the multiversal refugees to Hogan's apartment and tries to treat them. With Dr. Octopus, he first creates a replacement inhibitor chip for his tentacles and raises the function of his upper brain using a Stark Industries fabricator brought back memories of the night Gwen Stacy passed away. Peter One faces Green Goblin alone as morning breaks. He is severely beaten down by him as he is enraged with retribution. Peter One faces Green Goblin alone as morning breaks. He mercilessly beats him down out of rage and makes an attempt to kill him with his glider, but Peter Two stops him. He is now vulnerable to the Green Goblin stabbing him in the back as a result. The anti-serum, which Peter 3 gives Peter 1, enables him to heal Osborn of the Green Goblin. He sees Peter non-fatal 2's injuries and understands the enormity of the harm he had done. Strange fights to keep the cosmos from falling apart as invaders are ready to enter this world through rifts in the universe. In order to remedy things, Peter 1 has him cast a new magic that will make everyone forget who he is. Following that, Peter 1 hugs his other selves, who implore him to carry on as Spider-Man. With the new spell, Strange closes the rifts and returns the original universes of Peter 2, Peter 3, Dylan, Octavius, Osborn, Marco, and Connors. Spider-Man gives Leeds and Jones one last embrace before pledging to visit them again someday to help them remember. A few weeks later, the holiday season had arrived. After being reminded of Jones' injuries, Parker chooses against getting in touch with his pals who are attending Nemighty. He pays his respects to May's grave and is accompanied by Hogan, a new acquaintance. Parker goes into a new apartment alone and starts GED prep in an effort to maintain his new way of life. When he receives a criminal alert on his phone, he puts together a less complicated Spider-Man suit and resumes his heroics unhindered, living up to May's values of responsibility and community duty. In a scene during the credits, an alternate world Eddie Brock and Venom, who is a symbiote, are sitting at a bar discussing the blip and other superhumans with the bartender. Strange's spell quickly transports the pair back to their dimension as they consider how to guard this new world. Unaware that they left a piece of the symbiote on the cower,